Hi everybody, I'm Alex Thomson and I'm here in Le Sable d'Olonne, the start and the finish point of the Vendée Globe. So standing here on a beautiful sunny day, you can see I'm on the edge of the canal here. So there is the entrance down the end, and not much wind today, still very chilly. If I scroll around you can see the canal, and this canal is where I finished about 48 hours ago. In 48 hours I came in through the harbour entrance with hundreds of boats with me and tens of thousands of people lining this canal. Here in France, in the Sable d'Olonne, the people are amazingly supportive, and it was a real emotional moment to come in second place. Now the Vendée Globe started on the 6th of November, came down this canal when there was 500,000 people following the race and shouting and screaming your name. It's massively, it's almost gladiatorial to come down this canal. And then started the race, and very quickly I was into the lead, and I managed to lead for about a third of the race before one of my foils broke. Now that was a very frustrating moment, very difficult. It meant winning the race was going to be very difficult, if not impossible. But I soldiered on, I fought, and I carried on working, stayed positive throughout, and I managed to finish in second place. And on the way, I broke the 24-hour distance record. So it's fantastic that I actually held the record from 2003 until 2012, and then last Vendée Globe, someone else, Francois Gabard, broke it. So it's great to have that record back again. But I think with this boat, with Hugo Boss, we can go much further. So yeah, please ask some questions. I can see a few coming in here. Andy Starr, hi Alex. Was there one piece of kit you were glad you took on this journey? Was there one piece of kit I took on my journey? What would be that? I don't know, it's all important really. Regatta Sail, hi Alex, congratulations, thanks Regatta Sail. Jamie Conti, congratulations Alex. What was the biggest challenge during the race? I think biggest challenge for me, Janine, was remaining positive. You know, trying to be positive about, you know, when my foil broke and working. And it was difficult because not only were the speed differences such big without the foil, but the feeling of the boat. It was a very painful experience at times. Hi Simon, congrats from Berlin. Thank you Simon. Amanda, congratulations. How much food did you take with you and how much did you have left? Well, I did take quite a lot of food, you know, about averaging 5,000 calories a day. And I do actually have quite a lot of food left, but that's because we victualled for a few more days. You know, sometimes you have to guess how many days it's going to be. So we guessed worst case 90 days. So of course, since finishing in 74 meant I had 15 days of food left over. So it meant all I did was eat all the nice freeze-dried foods, my favourites. So Michael, congratulations. Will you start next time? Well, we're talking about it. Obviously, third in 2012 and second this time. It's definitely something we're considering. And if I can put together a competitive campaign, then I'm definitely going to do it. Some of you will probably hear I'm a bit hoarse on my throat. I think that's because obviously I've been on my own and hardly talking to anybody, and now I've been speaking to thousands of people and my voice can't take it too well. Hey Billy Waters, when will you be at the Seahorse? I will be there next week at some point. I don't know exactly what day. Sabrina, congratulations. How did you cope with I didn't get to see that question. Sarah, Alex, it's Harry, congrats. What was your best moment or highlight of the trip? I would say the biggest highlight probably was going through the Cape Verde Islands, taking a different route tactically, going in third or fourth place and coming out in first place. So that was great. Oliver, I was very amused by your Christmas message to your kids in which you introduced the turtle Speedy. It reminded me of Tom Hanks' Basketball Wilson in the movie Castaway. Are you speaking often to Speedy? I did quite a few videos with Speedy actually, because my son, who's now 6, he gets quite upset when I leave for that long. So I did some videos for his school, and that's where Speedy came from, his school and his class. I did a series of 5 or 6 movies so I could entertain him, give him a bit of kudos for his friends and make them all laugh. And Speedy was a naughty turtle, always getting up to trouble. Laura Darren, I missed that one, sorry. Karen Adlard, as you're at the top of your game, who do you look to for inspiration? Well, it's not hard in sailing to look very far. You know, from before, one of my biggest heroes and mentors is Sir Robert Knox Johnson. You know, he's an amazing guy and works very hard. And we're very lucky. Very across the water, we've got Ben Ainsley, Sir Ben Ainsley. So he's a massive inspiration, and the way they work their team, run their team, it's great. And obviously he's be competing in the America's Cup, and I will be cheering from the sidelines. Laura, hi Alex, will you have a new boat for the next Vendée Globe? Maybe. It's very early days, but it's something that we will definitely be talking about. Joe, are the conspiracy theories of a spare non-foiling daggerboard true? Absolutely, Joe, they are not true. There was no inflatable foil, there was no spare, and there was no possibility, to be able to repair what I had. Julian, Alex, I think the Vendée Globe could be... Oh, I missed that question. I need to start from the bottom. Tom, can't wait to cheer you a boat back into Gosport. So I can't wait to go into Gosport too. Pam, what would you have changed about the design of Hugo Boss? Not very much, actually. I think we did a fantastic job with it. So, yeah, not too much. John, hi Alex, congratulations on the 4th Vendée. You and the team are following with great interest. When will the mighty Hugo Boss be back in the UK? Hopefully, we're going to be here for 10 days. The boat will be here for 10 days. And then we'll hopefully be doing a homecoming back in Gosport. So when we know, you will. Zeno, what is it has influenced your racing? Lack of foil. Sorry, I don't really understand that one. Try again. Richard, how would you upgrade Hugo Boss? Longer foils? I don't know really. I think we'll be sitting down and debriefing with the designers, and then we'll be looking at what we could do to make the boat go even faster. Simon, your performance was absolutely inspiring and impressive for me. Thank you so much. Real pleasure. D, what was your lowest moment since you generally seem so cheerful? Definitely the day I broke the foil. I was low. I may have appeared positive, but I wasn't necessarily feeling positive. But that's one of the challenges of the Vendée Globe. How can you stay positive? How can you stay focused? How can you motivate yourself? And I learned some real lessons this time about me and about how to do that. And I'm looking forward to using that knowledge in my own life. Andrew Norris, did you enjoy your cheeseburger? It was fantastic, Andrew. Very important moment, my first cheeseburger when I got home. Catherine Healy, I'm going to suggest you go on to just a minute. Thank you, Catherine. Graham, I'm entering the ASAP 2019. What advice would you give? I think preparation. Make sure your boat is as well prepared as possible. Oliver, where can people see the boat in 2017? I think we are coming to the Baltic Sea in 2017. I think we're going to be coming up, and we're going to be visiting Denmark. I think maybe Sweden, maybe Finland. Maybe we'll be coming up to Russia. Definitely we'll be in Germany. So it's one of my favourite tours, going up into the Baltic. I love sailing in a sea where there's no salt water, and I look forward to some flat water sailing, going fast with Hugo Boss. So yeah, looking forward to this year. Raina, what makes you happy? I think I love going fast on a boat, and what makes me happy on land is being with my family. Patrice, this Vendée Globe will be remembered as Alex's performance chasing for the lead. Well, that's very kind, Patrice. I'm sure, the plan hopefully is to come back in 4 years and be the winner. Sarah, do you think with additional development you will be able to beat your record of distance 24 hours? I don't think there needs to be any further development. I think our boat could easily do 30, 40 miles more than the record I broke. And the conditions for the record were very bumpy and not ideal for going fast, so I'm sure we can do a better job than what I did. Russell, hoping to go from day skipper to coastal skipper. Any tips? Yeah, I think I struggled a little bit sometimes with my tidal height calculations, so work on those. Max, Vendée Globe in 4 years. I hope so, Max. If I can persuade my wife, and if we can get the funding and we can put together a competitive campaign, then I think I'd love to come back and do it again. Philip, do you think they should change any of the rules? More weather information? No, I don't think we need any more weather information. I think it's a great part of the Vendée Globe actually, is that there is no assistance, so we're not allowed to have any help with the weather. So I think that's really good. And I think the rules, there'll be an IMOCA. IMOCA is International Measurement Open Class Association. It's the class that runs the organisation and the rules. And the skippers, we will all have an AGM, an annual general meeting in April. and that's where the rules will get decided. What really is important is the rules get decided at that meeting, so that we don't have any lag of time and we can get on with our development and building boats or whatever else. So that's in April, and it'll be interesting to see what the rules are. It is a development class, so we are allowed to play with the boats and make them faster, and for me that's one of the really interesting parts of the whole thing. A few more questions and then we're going to wrap this up. Anne, how was the first night? Oh, it was fantastic. The first night in was great. It's good to arrive in the morning, do all the press stuff, have something to eat, a bit of time with the family, and then a few Zeds, a few hours sleep, and then into a great party. So the first night's always the best. Nick, multi-hull Vendée? No, I don't think so. They're going to keep it monohull. Lisa, did you sustain any injuries? You look trim. Oh, thank you very much, Lisa. That was very kind. I had a few cuts and bruises, but nothing too bad. 2 more questions. How was it to see, Laura, how was it to see Kate, Oscar, Georgia when you arrived in Le Sable? Very emotional. Oscar is a little emotional boy, and my wife, it was fantastic to see her. And we didn't bring Georgia out on the water because it was so cold. So I saw her when I hit the dock, and yeah, she's changed. She's changed so much. You know, she's gone as 2 years old, hardly speaking, and now she never stops talking. Okay, last question. Come on. How much lift do the foils generate on the new Hugo Boss? Also, where do you see the next development for the Mocha class? Well, foiling's where it's going. Sometimes we can see up to 8-10 tons on our foils, so it's lifting the whole boat out of the water. And I think, you know, the future, there's going to be some very interesting developments in monohull sailing. Now, I feel very privileged to be able to be part of a team where we can drive this part of sailing forward. So, yeah, great. Guys, thank you very much for joining me on Facebook Live. Sorry, I've got to go. I'll leave you with a quick view of the harbour, of the channel. You can see it all the way down here. And on Monday morning or lunchtime afternoon, Jeremy Beau on Matre Coq will be coming down this canal, and I will be here to meet him and to cheer him in. So I'm looking forward to that. And then it's back to home for me, and a bit of a rest. So listen, thank you again for joining me, and I hope to do this again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.